Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 1st of February. The Prime Minister says he's confident his associate health ministers are committed to driving down smoking rates. RNZ reports it's seen notes Casey Costello sent health officials, making it clear freezing tax for tobacco was her idea. She also reportedly likened the harm from nicotine to caffeine. Chris Luxon says she may ask for a broad range of advice, but he's ruling out a freeze on the tax.
But what I'm telling you is excise tax on cigarettes has gone up, it's been implemented, it's happening, and it will likely continue to go up as it has been our tradition over many decades.
The Ministry of Social Development's looking to slash $87 million from its department's spending books. The government's told public service departments to find cost savings. A briefing to the new minister details further reprioritisation, but also warns some systems from a pre-internet era are old, outdated, hard to use and at risk of failure. Meanwhile, the Public Service Association says the size of the workforce is a political football, and as opposing job cuts that the ministers signalled. The union says there needs to be more investment in capability and capacity and objects to a workforce cap, saying one used from 2008 to 2017 created barriers. The association says it meant the age of the workforce rose, making staff less representative of the country as a whole. A first combined Defence and Foreign Affairs Ministerial Summit for New Zealand across the Tasman. Winston Peters and Judith Collins are locked in top-level meetings with their Australian counterparts, Penny Wong and Richard Miles in Melbourne. Political editor Jason Walls is there.
Ahead of the meeting this afternoon, the ministers were singing each other's praises, talking up the Trans-Tasman relationship as one of the closest in the world. But there was also a warning. Wong says the Asia-Pacific region is being reshaped due to what both governments are describing as challenging strategic circumstances.
Officers have handed out 12 infringement notices in Porirua today, and one vehicle's been impounded in relation to a gang funeral procession. Police say more enforcement actions likely, but there were no significant issues during the gathering. Confirmation of the largest financial deal in the seafood sector in more than 30 years. Deepwater Fishers Sealord is now the country's biggest seafood business after it's bought Christchurch's independent fisheries. CEO Doug Paulin says most of the 500-vessel crew and staff working for the family business are staying on.
It's a great business. It really doesn't need Sealord, so we want to change, we want to do things significantly differently. The people that they've got in their organisation are fantastic people.
In sport, Adam Whenua-Blake insists he never wanted to leave the Warriors before the end of the upcoming NRL season. The Tongan prop, who is now signed with Cronulla from 2025, says the message got misconstrued. Kane Williamson has declared himself recovered from a hamstring injury ahead of the first cricket test against South Africa starting Sunday. And the PGA Tour has secured a US $3 billion investment from a consortium of US sports team owners as part of a deal that will benefit its players and allow for co-investment from Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.